Hey, everybody, I'm Dr. Seth, psychologist, and I'm back answering some of your questions on relationships. If you have a question about a relationship, could be any kind of a relationship, a romantic one, a friend relationship, a family relationship, feel free to put your question in the comments in this video or in the comments section of another video. And that way I see all the updated questions that I get and I will try to answer yours. Here's the question that I'm going to answer today. And this is a question that I love because it is such an important life issue, I believe. And the question is this one: how do I start feeling more comfortable being single? How does a person become comfortable being single when they don't actually really truly want to be single? How do you do that? It's certainly not easy. If somebody tells that person, well, just deal with it, just be single and stop thinking about it, you'll be fine. That obviously isn't helpful. That obviously isn't going to help that person change. I believe why a person feels uncomfortable being single is because there is often underneath it all this underlying sense of emptiness, this sort of feeling of feeling empty internally or incomplete in some ways, not enough. And so it makes sense if a person feels that way to look outside of themselves for stimulation to make a person feel more full, to make a person feel more whole. So, how do I recommend that a person actually become more comfortable being single? They practice. Anything you practice becomes stronger. So you practice getting better at being single. Now, a lot of times, even if you ask a person, hey, are you single or in a relationship? A lot of times a person will say, I'm single. But if you actually look a little closer at the circumstances of their life, you might find out, well, actually, there's still so and so who's around, or they, occasionally will hook up with so and so, or maybe they still talk once in a while on the phone to a particular person, somebody who might be a potential interest, but they may say, I'm not really interested. But what I like to say is they keep the door slightly ajar. Okay, so that doorway, which is to relationships, to romantic relationships, dating, those types of dynamics, it isn't completely closed. So they may technically be single, but actually they're not completely single. They haven't actually surrendered, fully embraced being single. And that is my suggestion. Truly, truly, if you want to learn to be comfortable being single, close that door to that part of your life temporarily. It doesn't have to last forever. So that means, if you're truly closing the door to dating, that means you're not on any dating apps. You're not, talking to people who are romantically interested in you. You're not necessarily hooking up with people romantically or physically in any way. You have put that part of your life on hold. Okay. And so that way you can start to actually practice what it truly means to be single, which is to say, no, there is not any one particular person that I am thinking, that I am planning or counting on could be a possibility. When you truly embrace being single, you say to yourself, actually, there's no one right now on the horizon. And you know what? When you go through that experience each day of keeping that door closed, you start to be like, whoa, I guess I can actually be okay. See, most people keep that door slightly ajar and keep talking to so and so, or stay on a dating app, even though they're like, well, I don't really check it that often. You're not truly embracing being single if you keep that door slightly open. Okay. So that's one thing. Now, another thing to do, and really, I believe just as important as the other, is develop yourself. Set goals. Set some life goals for yourself that you can focus on, where you are cultivating different parts of your life. Maybe set some social goals. Look at your friends, for example. Do you feel like your friend's situation is truly meeting your emotional needs? Or do you feel like maybe some of your friendships would benefit from you investing a little more in them? What about your extracurricular life? Do you have hobbies? Are you involved in organizations or clubs or different, sports teams, for example, in the community? It could be anything. Are you involved in church or in a synagogue or any kind of activity like that clearly makes so many people happy? What about other parts of your life? Do you have a volunteering life? Are you a political person? Are you investing in all of the different components of your life? Are you developing yourself? In our culture, and especially if you turn on certain cable TV channels, you will see the proliferation of movies that will tell you that meeting a man or meeting a woman and finding that one true love is the be all end all, is the one magic thing that will finally make you happy. And while it's true that a good romantic relationship can provide so many emotional benefits to you or to anyone who has that kind of a good relationship, while that is true, people often don't pay as much attention to the other parts of their life that need feeding and nourishment and nurturing too. And so, if you want to become more comfortable being single, you can try some of these suggestions that I have shared. And what's interesting, of course, is that once someone takes that immediate, urgent, almost kind of anxious focus off of the hunt to find a romantic relationship and they focus on developing themselves, that's honestly often when an individual will actually find a match that's good for them. Okay. Now, again, if you have a question on a relationship topic that you would like me to answer, feel free to put that question in the comment section in this video or in another video that I have here on my YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Seth, psychologist.